Hello, hello, world of live.
We should be. It says go live and stream. Yeah, we're live. It says ESG, what's to come, Turk X Quozz.
Yep, I
You see
don't.
it? And it says it's been live for 8 seconds. Maybe that's why you haven't seen it.
I definitely don't see it.
I'm going to call and see if he can see it.
All right,
Like from the outside.
all right.
Because we should be good.
Oh, we are live. I see it.
You got
I
it?
see it.
Okay.
We're good.
That's what I'm saying. We should be live.
What's going on, YouTube?
Hello. Apologize, and apologies for the super late delay. I'm not familiar with the YouTube broadcast system as well as I am for the Twitch YouTube system. But long story short, me and Quaz were here talk about ESG, upcoming open world football, MMO, RPG. A lot. There's so many different aspects to me that like play into it with the character building, like to really be able to create your own character. And we just wanted to really take some time to talk about that and why we're excited about it today.
100%. I think this is a whole new realm, not just in video game, but in football world. Like we have never seen a football game like this ever. So it's definitely a pioneer in the field for sure.
No, I absolutely agree with that. Salty, Ronan. Hello, hello, hello.
How we doing? How we doing?
No, and to touch on, I think personally, what even like brings me from a background completely separate from not, I wouldn't say separate. It's just been such a long time since I've really been comfortably, I can say, hey, I'm excited about this football game, and that's just because and like I said, I try to be really unbiased, like and not I don't bash games. You know what I mean? What's up, Volume? I try to not bash games, and because I know people play Madden, people love Madden, people love the experience in Madden. And I remember a time when I loved Madden as well, but something about it just became just not as enjoyable to me. I remember playing All Pro Football. I think it was 2K8, and being able to create my own characters and stuff. And that there's just the customization aspect of the game, being able to make your own team, your own outfits, and not have it tethered to the NFL so much. Yeah, it had players like Jerry Rice, Earl Campbell, Gale Sayers, and those players that you could have as superstars and stuff on your team, but it still had that individuality and that creativity factor. And I feel like that's what ESG is bringing to it with, dude, 11 on 11 and 7 on 7. Like, they haven't even touched on the basis of not only they have all the emotes and all the different gear and stuff that you're going to have, but like the comp scene that could possibly be there for people who are good linemen, or if you're a good left tackle, if you're a good right tackle. Imagine being in like a community Discord like ours, and you're just known to be like a savage D tackle that just you're like, oh bro, I just heard about him. He pancakes people just because your build is that solid. You know what I mean? Like being able to be that creative, like that is exciting to me in a football game.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Speaking of that, make sure you join the Discord down below, guys, to discuss your builds and what you plan on doing with ESG. But I'm right there with you, man. Just taking the flashy positions out of it, like quarterback and running back and wide receiver, but just put into the position of being a dominant right tackle or guard. Like
Oh,
nobody ever talks about those, like the
yeah.
trench battles guys. Like you referred to the D tackle, but just imagine a guy on the other side being a 350-pound hog just up front, just
Dude.
blocking everything. Like you're just not gonna be able to come down
Yeah,
and
having
just,
like
you know what I'm saying,
advantages and
a world up
disadvantages
the
built in, like
man.
that there's so much micro play to it being 11 on 11 rather than it just being like, all right, this is a run play and the running back has the ball and I
Exactly.
hope the AI picks up on that block.
Well,
You know
I
what I
know
mean?
exactly what's gonna happen when I
Yeah.
pick this play and I get this animation. This is completely out of it because they're all player controlled.
If you
Like you're
really
not
have
running
faith
your
in
own
your
read.
lineman, you can be like, all right,
Yeah.
like you can really make plays based on if you know the person that's playing that role, if they actually understand it. And I think that's so sick. Like that's
Here's
new.
Here's my thing: to be able to have faith in all 4 to 5 men in front of you, to be able to go, okay, well, I can sit in the pocket for 3 to 5 seconds and know I'm not going to get pressure. On the flip side of it, I know
Yeah.
I got an edge rusher that's going to get to the quarterback almost every time.
Yeah.
Like, and we haven't even talked about just the player build, your height and weight and everything, but the badge system. It's
Yeah.
like similar to 2K.
In the background, actually, as you're talking about this, I'm curious what the height limitations are. I guess we can rewind it a little bit because I'm wondering if you could just make this like Nephilim gargantuan monster running around on the field. It's like 7 foot. I'm trying to see what the height limitations. I see there's like a 6'8".
I think it's 7
7
foot.
foot. Yeah, 7 foot. I
Yeah,
just saw it. Okay.
Cowboy, we're not a little early today. This is the ESG live stream I'm doing here with Mr. Turk right here. This
Actually, a little late.
Technically, we're supposed to be live at 4 o'clock, so a little late.
But you know what? Since you say it, Cowboy, we'll let it slide. You know what? We're a little early. That's what we like to hear. That. What up, Phoenix? No, we're talking about ESG, man. Coming in a little bit late, but because there's not a super lot of information, but the information that we have covered here via our boy Kyle here at SGN. He put out a sick video the other day that like demonstrate. I have it paused in the background as you can see, like all around, but it's showing like the builds, the attributes. And I'm curious what you see that 100,000, that currency. I'm wondering what the currency gain rate is, what you have to go through. You know what I mean, to allocate that currency.
You know what kind of gets my pickle tickled is the top left right above your big old fro is Speedster times 2 glue hands and Jackrabbit.
Let me get mine.
Really
Hold up. Let me slide out the way.
Like right by his name, the 85 overall. Like, what makes me wonder, like, how deep am I gonna get to go with these particular attribute boosts? Like, is it gonna give me a bump just like in 2K, like the badges?
Is this a beta build? I don't know if this is what we have available so far. I don't want to clarify and be like this is alpha, this is beta if I'm not certain. But this is apparently the information that they have so far, and I think that's what makes it so. What that was a random Tarkov noise in the background. I forgot I was playing Tarkov prior to this, dude. I just heard it. I was like, what just happened? But I'm curious, like, if with this, with them releasing the builds and stuff, and the pattern that they are with all, all the emotes and everything, is it gonna be? I hope people don't get too caught up in the microtransaction aspect of the game. I feel like we as consumers this day, we have a habit of, I would say, I guess, shunning free-to-play games in the expectation that they're going to be like money. But whenever you have something that is like, here, I'll turn Quozz up. I see you got him turned down. I'll see if I can't get him turned up. Whenever you have such like a fresh, brand new idea like ESG, like, I don't know, I feel like you have so much wiggle room. Like, just hearing an 11-on-11 game, be proposed is so interesting to me. Like, via football. I know you always see FIFA, and my friends always played FIFA.
Pro clubs.
Yeah, I suck. So, like, and I don't understand the game of football. You know what I mean? So, it was never something but I played football and stuff in high school. So, seeing an NBA 2K style football game, that sounds great. That sounds like something I can get behind.
Let's throw the competitive edge at us real quick. So, in 2K, you don't know, you can build demigod builds, aka broken builds, air quote. So, the biggest thing I'm going to have to worry about with this on the screen, as we're seeing right now, is pause, is the not being able to have a 6'10", 8-foot wingspan wide receiver. Like, if it's going to be player versus player, then it has to be balanced, right? And I obviously know that when the game comes out, they're going to have to tweak some things, right? But so from you as a competitive player, like, what are you looking to see as far as, like, if DB to wide receiver, quarterback to linebacker, like those kind of matchups? How are you looking to play that on the field?
See, for me personally, like, I have an exponential amount of faith, obviously, in the team developing the game, because, like you said, it's a game that made by players, by people that are comp players. So I feel like they understand some of the opinions that we're voicing, and I feel like whenever you come into balancing a game that's going to be 11-on-11, each player's played individually. It's hard to look at it from a standpoint of Madden, because I feel like you have broad AI systems that you expect to compensate for, like, coverage or a formation. You're like, all right, I'm in cover 2, so this should happen. But now it's like, if you're just in cover 2, what if the person that's a DB doesn't even know what cover 2 means? I'm just saying, like,
it's football, right?
So the football knowledge has to come into play, and also you have to consider what attributes are going to be something that actually affect the game. So, I mean, like, let's say, for instance, in Madden, you have the catch. You spam Y, and what is it, the catch? It's like it's
A, X, and Y. I mean, X, and Y. Yeah.
So whenever you think about things, you add on to that. Like, they're gonna be truck sticks. I saw that in one of the they were talking about truck sticks, exemplary, sick catches, glue hands. You see that up at the top, speedster. Those you have to figure out where. Those are things that you can play off of. You can't make them too game breaking to where it feels like you're getting a power up, but it has to feel like, I think, a play style that you're coming into that just gets buffered by the points that you spend, or rather than it's like, yeah, dude, I like this guy. He's long arm accuracy. That sounds insane. You know what I mean? Like, to say that somebody just is embodying of that one stat, but I feel like being able to build them upon each stat piece by piece rather than saying, oh, he's just a speedster. You know what I mean? A speedster shouldn't just be you have to match acceleration, you have to be able to catch, you have to have, quote unquote glue hands. Like, I'm wondering how solid these attributes are. You know what I mean? When you see them, where it just says glue hands or jackrabbit, speedster times 2. Like, what exactly? Cowboy says he doesn't see an awareness stat.
Yeah, not yet. And Aries, to answer your question, it was supposed to be early September, but we're still thinking September, but we're gonna just slide it in the fall window just to give them guys some breathing room. But I'm 100% with you. Like, what do those buffs slash attributes
Hmm.
slash badges really mean? What do they do to my player?
Yeah,
What boost do I have to certain attributes? You know what I mean?
like when you see Aston, like what Aston said, for instance, he said you wouldn't need an awareness stat if it's user controlled, but you also see stats like man coverage. You know what I mean? So if you're in man
Yep.
coverage, aren't you theoretically supposed to just be in man coverage, like on your man, like controlling that, unless you see a reason not to? You know what I mean? Theoretically, like in game, am I wrong?
No, yeah, you're 100%
So it's
right. Like,
like, what exactly, what would putting a point into man coverage do for you if the understanding is you're supposed to be in man coverage? You know what I mean? That's what I wonder if that, like, if it improves like your how close you can be, how tight you can guard somebody
the
without
press,
causing a
your
penalty. Like,
press.
yeah, how
Yeah.
tight you can press the wide out or somebody that's in a certain slot. Like, I'm curious
See,
how much these points affect the plays.
if you look at the what we see so far, so if you go over there and you look, you see basically as far as defensive stats, you see hit, power, pursuit, strip, and tackle, and then so in coverage stats you have man coverage, and then straight coverage, I think, and press coverage. So that goes your answer right there as far as you
Hmm.
can. It presses its own stat. So for me, it's like I think it's gonna be play based, right? So you can obviously pick plays between zone and man. Not every player is just gonna be like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm lined up against you and you're lined up against him and you're gonna play. You know what I mean? So I think it's play based other than stat based, if that makes sense, as far as
Hmm.
what man coverage can do, in my opinion.
I'm another thing that I'm actually super excited about. Aside from, you can see they all have rank. The dude has a turtle shell on his back. People got like
He
sequin
does.
pants. I mean,
Yeah.
the customization is crazy, and I want to see more of the heights, just to see if
Oh,
there's things that you can do and that what you can do in the heights to just get points to put towards these things. You see people doing parkour on scaffolding and doing
yep.
front.
You see
You know,
people like arguing with hot dog vendors. Like honestly, like where does the heights correlate with social media platform within the game? What can I get points and boost from being a social media influencer within the game? You know what I mean?
I
Those are the kind of things I have questions for too.
I'm really hoping like that's the point where they can play into the whole microtransactions the right way, because I think
Right.
there's a right way to go about microtransactions and how they can fund your game. And a lot of developers fall short nowadays, in my opinion, because we have people that rather than going to make a good game, they try to make a game that sells. If that make you know what I mean, instead of
100%.
things. So whenever if this game has tons of customization options and like I can make my football player, dude had a turtle shell on his back, I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's it. You got a
that
gold chain
I'm saying
on.
that gives me enough already. If I have a turtle shell on my back, they're already showing you that they're not taking it like that aspect of you can make your character really who you want to be, and that's the
Yep.
main appeal to me from the outside of somebody who doesn't necessarily always play football games, being able to really make your character yourself and do that any type of way. And I just hope that people really embrace that whenever the game comes out, because that dude, the support that you can get from this game, they have, what is it, Cameron Jordan, LaShawn McCoy, Sean Merriman, people that can secure
Yep.
certain types of spotlight onto the game. I think it's in a really solid position to challenge Madden and other football games that are in development currently.
Not just that, but you got former pro and professional gamers right now
Yeah.
that's involved
Hmm.
with the game. So I'm with you. Like I think the people go, well, what's going to be the microtransaction model because it's a free to play game. Honestly, I believe they're going to go completely cosmetic and things like that. You're not going to be able to
Hmm.
buy your player like an NBA 2K. I do not believe that's going to happen at all. So I'm with you. Like, what else can I do? What kind
Yeah.
of crazy stuff can I put on my player? Tattoos, jewelry, clothing options. Can I buy certain things to ride around in the heights? Because supposed to have
Yeah.
all 5 boroughs of New York. So that's going to be massive.
See, now I'm curious what veins they've tapped into in terms of like modes as well. Because 7-on-7, like Ronan said, the 7-on-7 games will be highly popular. That sounds just fun alone. Just this seven on
Oh
seven
yeah.
controlled. Now think about like even just drills. Like imagine Oklahoma drills that you can go and just watch around the heights somewhere. Like somewhere you can have Oklahoma drills where people are just in one-on-one just cracking each other. You know what I mean?
Smack.
Or that alone sounds appealing. Just like somebody else having Oklahoma drills in another part of the city, or different mini games that you can use to earn points towards that. You know what I mean? Different drills. Like there's so many different avenues for that.
We haven't even talked about Lights Out Merriman Gym.
Oh man.
What can I do in the gym?
Yeah, it's like San Andreas.
Can I get in there and actually throw hands with another person? Can I get in there and actually do MMA reps to improve my strength and my stamina and all that good stuff? Can I actually use the equipment within inside the gym to improve my attributes, or make it maybe like 2K where it gives you like a boost for like 5 or 10 games? You know what I mean? We don't know. So the things that they have given us a glimpse to, I'm very intrigued to know what all I can access with, what can I do with these said things. It's insane. I'm like you though. Like, what if I turn around a corner and there's like a breakdancing competition or some wild stuff? And they're just got their phones out.
Flat out. Imagine, dude. 7-on-7 would be like NFL Street. Cowboy says the indie games have been better than a lot of these AAA games more times here recently. I feel like they have more passion, and I think that goes into what I was saying earlier. Is developers try to make the larger developers seem to be trying to make games that sell rather than a good game, and there's a chance that a game that sells can be a good game. But like, I question whether or not that's their primary focus nowadays, though. Is this coming to next gen?
I believe so. I would have to believe that it's going to come to all the new gen consoles, like PS5, Xbox One. I'm assuming. If it's going to release on PC and they said it's coming to console, then I would believe so.
Backwards helmet, Oklahoma drill. Imagine.
No face mask getting crushed in the face. That's another thing. That's a whole nother... Dude, we haven't even thought about
different
that.
Helmets. Oh my goodness, injuries. Imagine. Nobody's talked about injuries. Nobody's talked about that. There hasn't been a thought of it. I mean, if you just get folded in the game and you like break your leg, what, you just gonna be running around the burrow after that?
you turn into Craig Jennings from that famous Madden video, in the mind of Craig Jennings.
Another thing I think that really embodies what I like a lot about personalization in a sports game, at least playing it, that I think it didn't get as much light. Fight Night Champion, the online World Championship mode. So in Online World Championship, whenever it came out, let's see what Ethan said. Someone said he got beta access to this game. Yeah, how? I
don't think that's true. I think you got lied to, my boy. I believe so. I don't think this game is in beta.
Homeboy has the chains on. Yes, Quozz was talking about that.
It does got the chains on.
EA. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I got an idea. Follow it. Go ahead.
EA implemented, I think, point distribution like in a self-customization way so well in Online World Championship, and it got slept on so hard. I don't remember what year it came out, but in Fight Night Champion Online World Championship, you started out, you were just a flat-out bum. You're like an overall, I want to say 66, and points were not super easy to get. You got enough after each win, depending upon how difficult the win was, how hard fought the win was, you'd get like a few points, and that could potentially take you to like a 68.5 or a 69 overall. But you really felt like you were developing and building your character with the points that you were, accumulating via what you were doing in the play. And I'm really hoping that's how this feels. I hope it's not like you have to play like 700 full-length games to get some socks. You know what I mean? I feel like
that's ridiculous.
That would be rough. But I feel like if they look at the way that Online World Championship divvied out their points and they allocated it to them, they could take a lot of like easy notes to just to provide that attachment to your character a little bit more, to be like, okay, let's see what route did they go with on, I remember, you have your straight jabs, endurance, heavy hitter, brawler, like subsets like that, like the attitude of your player as well. Like whenever you look at these on screen, we got different catches for the badges and stuff. Yeah.
Badges, yep.
But I'm wondering if that is that just your style, or is that like different things you can throw on that you're able to do?
So from what my experience with 2K, those are badges to one, give you the ability to do that. So let's say basket catch, right? Or diamond hands. It just makes you be able to catch the ball more. And the higher you go up, see, they have different tiers: is bronze, silver, gold. And then that extra tier, the Hall of Fame, is like next level. So that's what That's what I think. And to answer your question, volume, if you see that red right there, the fearless red, I think that's their version of takeover volume. But my question to you is, Isaiah, I've heard nobody say this at all. What about so it's 7v7 11, what about like clans? Or your
Oh
team?
man.
Or like you know what I mean?
Oh
Like
man,
you
bro.
know what I'm saying?
It's I feel like I don't know if people aren't talking about it because you just feel like it's a given. Imagine 10 of your boys just playing against
Rolling deep.
11 other people online. And that's what I was talking
Rolling
about, the
deep.
rank playlist, man. Like, imagine you're a diamond, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, grandmaster. Like, imagine that's the rank they implement for the position and the performance that you have at the end of
Yep.
each football game, win or lose.
And it's
You get a
broken down.
rating from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or not, A, B, C, D, rank S,
Yeah, whatever.
stuff like
Whatever.
that. You get a rating based on your performance in that game, based on how many times the person that you were guarding sacked their quarterback, or how many times you shed a block, or things like that. You got a rating individually. Then I feel like you have a solid rank system, and you can kind of see what is being taken advantage of in terms of like, okay, what is everybody doing? Is everybody rushing and spamming points into shed blocks or into this, stat? Does this need balanced here? You know what I mean? Is there a skill gap here? I feel like that's just like you were talking about with the rank system. There's so many different things with the clans, dude. That would be wild to
Like just being
have.
able to have like
Yeah.
oh my
That
god, man.
customization level and being able to approach the game the way you want to. The individual leagues, just starting leagues up.
Right?
Yeah.
Just think about not only this, so let's just take this rank idea further. So let's just say the clans are implemented and you can only have clan based queues up. So it's always 10v10 that's your Q and O with, or 11 whatever, 7v7, 11v11. And it's your clan versus another clan. So you would have battles. Whatever my team version, whatever they decide to name it. But think about that. Like think about having not only that rank structure within single like your own rank, but having your team, your clan, whatever you decide to call it, ranked along with the game. So like there could be tournaments. Like you remember, guess what I'm saying. So we said you walk around the corner, you see a whatever guy arguing with hot dog vendors and recording it or whatever. Imagine going to a tournament only zone and seeing players playing tournaments with their clans.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do it is if you
If
have
you have one.
if you have
Yeah,
a clan.
it's like a raid version. it's like their
Yep.
version of a raid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's so many different territories that they can step into with this model. And I don't even know if they like realize themselves how many people want to play this. You know what I mean? Who are genuinely interested. Like I don't play, I typically stick with FPSs, League, things like that. But when I see something that just has this level of customization, that it just looks so fun, man. Like, and I played football in
100%.
high school. Being able to make your own character in anything will always be an appeal to me.
It's
That
a
is all-
sandbox.
Yeah, being able to make your own character is always a W. And it's in a football game. Like, are you kidding me? That's insane.
Just I'll say this. I think they go, dude, guys, people are gonna want to play this, but I don't really think you're gonna know until you release it to the world and see how much people really mess with this idea.
Yeah.
Like I've never even. What's crazy is as much as 2K as I played, I've never thought about a football 2K
You
game.
never would think
Never.
about my parks or having like being able to run around the city and play football. Not one time did it cross
Nope.
my mind that anybody would come up with this idea. Not once.
Nope.
And the fact that it's being like spearheaded by people that played the game on a professional level is like, played the competitor played Madden like
Competitively,
competitively,
on a
they-
money-making level.
Yeah, so they understand. I feel you would hope that they understand where a lot of the community is coming from on so many different key issues that like you almost wonder how could this flop in any way. Like you like if they're doing exactly what they're saying, I see no fail. Like it just looks sick.
The insane part is I think we barely scratched the surface of really what they got cooking up. We've only seen small tidbits of stuff. Think about when they fully pull the curtain back and we really get to see what the game really is. Because we haven't yet.
No, not at all. And I think that whenever we actually get not even like the full game, because I feel like there's like I said, there's so many different avenues that they can tap into. You have people just like you have high school leagues, college leagues. People want to like you're gonna have people that have their own, like you said, sim experience, like a demographic. It's like, oh no, you can't be this, you can't be that. You already know how people are in certain trying to make games play out the way they want to, which is dope. But like, there's so many different things that this game can do for the football community that people don't realize that would be good for the competition itself. Like this being a thing and doing well would make Madden a better product.
100%. Here's the thing that we haven't even addressed too, Isaiah, is holiday events, celebrity events. Like the best one I can give an example is like when Fortnite had Travis Scott.
Oh my
Like,
goodness,
you know
dude.
what I'm thinking? Like, think about stuff like that. Like when you know the celebrities will be on playing, like being able to play with the
Oh, dude, that would be
celebrities
so
themselves.
sick. That would be so sick.
That's what I'm saying.
And you already know
That's
that if people like LaShawn McCoy and stuff are playing the game, like
yep.
then other people that are playing it. Let's see. I'm just gonna have some other stuff playing in the background there, the build defensive lockdown. But you're gonna have these people streaming and playing this game, and then you will naturally. I'm not gonna say stream sniping is never encouraged, but you're
No.
naturally gonna have people that are just running around the parks looking for these big name people, just because it's almost like a surreal experience. You know, they're in a way able to play this game with that person as themselves, as who they would imagine, or as they want to play. That it's just such a new experience, and I think it's just never been touched on before. I'm just
The,
really excited about it, man.
the insanity, like the fact that they have actual football players doing the mocap
The
themselves and
mocap.
not people that do mocap, like not professional mocappers. Like I'm talking real, like Shady McCoy, Tyree,
I saw
Cameron
that they
Jordan.
were working with Kurt Benkert, and like it's funny that I met him like at the Mall of America back whenever I was playing Fortnite, still like competing and playing Fortnite, and I saw they had him working on it. I don't know if it's for mocap, but even if they have his input like that, it's just it's crazy. Like to the names that they have put into this game, that they actually have stuff to show us, and it's not just like smoke and mirrors, makes me happy, because you're always gonna have the naysayers that have something to say about the game, or it's like, oh, this game's never gonna come out, or it's going to be this, as if they have the same exact backing to just put out the same things as EA. But you have to consider the development team that you have the vast majority of the time, and people most of the time spew their opinion before even considering what they're saying.
Here's my thing. And I'll leave y'all all the haters with this thought on that subject you just brought up. Do you really truthfully believe that all these professional athletes and celebrities would tie their name to a project that they believed would flop?
That's
Wouldn't they wouldn't get out the door? That's my whole point. There's no way in the world that all these professional athletes would do that. That's bad. That's bad business. That's just the truth of the matter. Like Shady being the cover boy.
No, yeah, you can't. I just don't understand how you can develop. I mean, how you can develop a game like this and it's just so new, and that's what I mean. And maybe I'm just starstruck by like a brand new idea. Maybe I'm just smoke and mirrors guy, and I'm just that excited. Like truthfully, but I've just never seen a game that lets me create my own football player. I remember, was it an NFL 2K 2K5 that had Warren Sapp, and I think you could go
Mhm.
in first. You can go in first person, like
Yes, you
that.
could.
That to me is sick. You know what I mean? I don't. They haven't said anything about different POVs. If I'm not, I don't think you can
I
have
don't
different
think
points of
so.
view.
No,
But I
not yet.
remember that alone to me was an innovative thing, and this provides that same experience. Unfortunately, 2K, they did get phased out in the football creation, process, because EA attained the license. You haven't seen a game like that. But whenever you have creative things in a space like this, I think, like you said, it just shakes up the competition, and it's only good for business.
Wait, here's the thing. When you don't have the NFL license tying you down to have the NFL restrictions, when you don't have, and you obviously you have big wigs and money behind this game, but when you have the time and the energy and the freedom to make and put whatever you want in your game, and to let the community help build the game at the beginning, then you're gonna succeed regardless. Like it's obvious, like the fan feedback is real. Like the want of this game is very
Yes,
real.
absolutely.
So they're keep doing your thing. Yes, you keep doing it.
I'm curious, one last thing, actually, one topic that I really do want to talk about, because this is always, for me, the competitive side that plays huge into everything, especially if we
Mm.
are talking about ranked, because it says they're going to have 7-on-7 and 11-on-11 matchmaking. And I'm curious about the regions and where the servers are going to be split. Like, I'm wondering
Ooh.
if
Private servers?
yeah, is this going to be cross-plat? Is it going to be PlayStation, you know what I mean, only PlayStation first, PlayStation, Xbox first, you know what I mean? Because I think about the competitive regions and how integrated things are nowadays, especially with free-to-play games. You have Fortnite, and now that one's moved over to full cross-plat. Now everybody plays together, or at least
Mhm.
has cross-input available. What inputs You know, what inputs are people going to be able to play on? Are people going to be able to be using any controller that, you know, I play on PC personally, but am I just going to be able to have Xbox controller input, PlayStation input? I currently use an Astro C40, which is a version of, you know what I mean, of that. We have inputs and matchmaking, and I wonder how we're going to get those locked in together. You know what I mean?
Yep. Here's another scary thought I got for you, man. So you implement crossplay and you got PC people, you got to have a good anti-cheat system in the game.
Yes, and that's
'Cause
exactly what I was kind of segueing into. Whenever you have cross-plat Xbox to PC, it's like, what are we what are we gonna do here? I don't know if we're actually gonna be able to have Xbox players and PC players. I remember whoever was asking about it being next gen and current gen, how are we gonna put those two pools in together without, I don't know, without tainting the experience for the people who aren't on the higher platform, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same talk that we always came into with every other game that gets ported from previous gen to new gen. How do we integrate these things in together without compromising the experience for the people that are ready to play it like at an elevated level, especially the comp people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the real, like, because I think that's what they're trying to sell. Because I'm gonna leave you with this last little tidbit on this topic with the comp series. Do you see this game being esport level?
Oh yes, and that's what I'm excited about. That's what I had mentioned. That's why I really want to see where it goes with the individual character development. Like having a character development that's so personal, where you make your own build, but you're a part of a whole team process. You know, are they going to, you know, are they looking to push for that competitive side? Because if they are, I think they have such a huge market for people that would just love to try to, I know it sounds maybe cliche to some people who don't understand how exciting it is to play a game at a competitive level, who would just love to really play this game at a high level. Having, like I said, being known as the best D tackle in like a certain server, being known as the best running back somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, oh, bro, I heard that dude's nuts on the sticks. You know what I mean? I heard he's a sick running back, or like, you'll never get past this dude, or he'll pancake. Like, to just have that attached to your individuality as a person, and like they said, having it as a platform to display influencers. There's so many, I don't know. There's so many just possibilities, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's not just like a cool tag you get in the game, the best wide receiver this week or whatever. Legit, this game is where you would know for years you were the best at it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because you have not only word of mouth, but the rank board, however they decide to do that.
Leaderboard.
All that stuff.
The bragging rights, man.
You can't deny numbers. That's in numbers. It's in black and white. You can't deny that stuff.
Yeah,
so like to say I'm the best, that means you're the best.
I think that's the most exciting part to me. Like, and it's just, I think that competitive like sweat side where it's like, man, I want to see how well I could play like tight end or defensive end or something like that, depending on if you're a tight end and DN mix. You know, like
that's what your boy gonna be right here.
Tight end DN.
That's your boy's build. Yeah.
I don't know yet. Yeah. I just can't wait. I really
can't
wait.
You can see right there, like in this video, you see it says slot and cornerback. So your build, right, this specific build is slot, wide receiver, and cornerback. So it makes me wonder, like, what, like, if you pick primary one receiver, will you still be a cornerback? Like the options, like, can I combine certain positions as not normal? You know what I mean? Like,
I will be disgusted if somebody's breakdancing on me like that.
Like, think about somebody doing that with hitting the gritty. Like, because we haven't even talked about like some of these famous dances that NFL players have made famous.
Imagine proximity chat when like.
Oh my God, I would never have it on. It'd be terrible. You wouldn't be able to get a word in edgewise. It'd be like, I wouldn't say it'd be Call of Duty bad level, but it would be pretty.
Imagine somebody just mosses you, bro, and like you just get close to him, and you like your character dives at their feet, and you just hear them talking trash as they run to the end zone, bro. Like the amount.
And the best part, it'd be fading away. Like he'd be talking shit, and as he's running away from you, it's fading away. Bro, I'm ready for this, man. Let me be great.
And you got to think, even if they don't have these things, if you do have things like you said, a clan system, you're going to have discords of 11 people where like a quarterback is yelling, Blue 52!
Deep. I can see the cutaways and the YouTube videos now, man.
The
content is endless for this game. And not to mention, it's got its own freaking social media platform within the game.
My goodness, dude. The overall vibe of the game is just something that like just speaks to me. The first time I saw their trailer, they had that Get Down by Nas in their first trailer.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I had to take my headset off. I was like, man.
Bro, listen. You know I'm not like a sweaty person like you on that level, that comp. But you get me in this field, get me in this area, This is my world,
It's
man.
personal, especially when it's
I'm ready.
your character, especially when it's just you. That's when I'm saying that it gives me online world championship vibes. Like, it feels personal. Like, if I get ran over, bro.
Exactly. If I get cracked back, or if I get mossed, and I get somebody dipping on my forehead, brother, I'm coming back every time.
Imagine like you're at a pickup game, people are watching your game, bro. You just keep getting steamrolled, and then nobody picks you up next game. Imagine.
Bro, heck yeah, Salty. We definitely are gonna make the glitchy business.
My goodness.
You know what I'm telling you right now? If I do make a quarterback, his name's gonna be Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, buddy.
I'm bringing back Uncle Rico.
I'm trying to make Pedro. I'm gonna make Pedro.
Oh man,
Killmonger says the player movement looks good in this game. It does. It looks solid from what we've seen. Can we talk about how my man is breakdancing on the field with sweats and Tim's on though?
Tim's. No, not just Tim's. Tucked in sweatpants.
Son.
Tim's. Look at that, boy.
Hey, my man is ready to game. Never in my life have I seen.
Could you imagine I don't know if you ever played Bliss the League, but like there were intentional foul buttons. Imagine that this game having an intentional foul button.
Let's look at an intentional foul button would be OP. You just take out people's leg. Let's see what cosmetics we can peek at. See, now let's look at these archetypes. That they said there's over 500 archetypes. Is that what it is? Do they have 500 different words to describe builds? Because like I can't even.
They might.
Man, that is a quick frame that I can't snag. Here we are. Let's see. So this says fourth skill. And this is when I'm saying skill. You wonder what buttons they're attached to. What football game is this? This is ESG. ESG football 24. You got Backbreaker, Bruiser, Dimer, Blue Hands, Guardian, Gunslinger, Jackrabbit, Lane Stuffer, Patroller, Return Man.
This game has to be good, grade system, or else people will sell you. Yeah, that's what's gonna make or break the game as far as the ranking side. I believe their ranking system or their grading system, because you got to think that's right too. We haven't even thought about like people DCing, like people getting pooped on and DCing, man, and messing up your grade.
And I'm wondering if that's maybe where some of the points that you put in maybe come into play. Like maybe if you DC an AI with attributes, that are equal to but what's the it makes you wonder what the points that you're distributing. I don't know.
This man says Steve Urkel mossing people, and then Cowboy, you got to hit him with "Did I do that?
Did I do that? Did I moss him? Did I moss that?"
Oh my God, man! Yeah, no. I'm assuming they've had some of these conversations in office already, ESG headquarters, but I don't think they really grab the scope of what this game really could be. Look at some of these. You got a towel over his head with the helmet just barely on.
Man, got a
Can I knock helmets off?
You got the plug with the
helmets
backpack
off
at the game.
Can I knock clothing items off?
Knock clothing items. Imagine knocking someone's backpack off, knocking them out their straps.
Bro, imagine a game mode called Take Your Chain.
Oh,
where, like
man.
if you pull up in there with your chain on, like you're 50 or 100,000 or 200,000, and you just rip their chain off and you keep that mother sucker, and they gotta beat you to take it off of you, bruh. Man.
I'm telling you, there could be like pink slip style matches. There's they have so many different things that they could do, and I want to see the different. Another thing I'm curious about, because with it being the boroughs, I want to see the different areas that you play in.
You can be 7 foot. It is confirmed. You can be 7 foot.
Yeah, I saw 7 foot in the character creator.
Oh my lordy!
We're gonna make our character 6'4".
Glitchy.
6'4", 440, 440.
440, big out there, thickums.
Making Isaac Frost and Matt in ESG.
Woo, Jesus.
Man, look, I knock someone out their shoes. Come on.
That'd be hilarious. Hit them so hard their shoes be still flat on the ground. That'd be hilarious. Nah, man. I'm ready for this. I got to get my hands on it. This cannot come quick enough.
I absolutely agree.
Now, I don't know if it's going to go that far, but you see people with like hardly any shirt on, like just bare naked with just
the pads on. Yeah, so you see some people with the pads. I feel like that's probably where you'll have the cosmetics, like tattoos and stuff like that. I think that maybe is why they, you have characters shirtless. But I'm wondering if they're going to have brands of shoulder pads, like Rydell.
Oh, you know they are. Wait till you see Supreme and Adidas and Nikes and Jordan running around in the game.
When you see that, that's when the game is at a completely different because the customization and other games that I think this is a completely off-topic game, but similar in terms of the way I like being able to make my own character. Saints Row, the first Saints Row in the
Oh,
multiplayer,
yeah.
you could
Yep.
customize your own character, and it meant a lot to see a certain character wearing a certain like if I saw a dude in a full business suit, I knew that dude was like clapping cheeks online, and he had a lot of money to be
Grinding.
doing that. So if I want
Grinding.
like that's kind of what I like to see in this game. If you see somebody with a pair of like golden cleats that you know they
They
had to
make it
truck stick
special.
200 people in a row, or so, like I'm just
Yep.
saying, like a challenge, for instance, that's hard to attain. Like you're like, damn, that's gonna be that. I bet you that dude's a problem. That running back,
And
like you can see his cleats, you know he's a problem based on some running backs. You know what I
it
mean?
has that OG. It has that OG element of like MMOs to it. Instead of like tying everything to Halloween or holiday events, like and you just grind this tier, this battle pass to get this thing. It makes it actually like, damn, dude, this guy put in some hours to get those cleats. Or damn, dude, this guy put in some hours to get that crazy hat
Jay says
or
11
whatever.
on 11 is uniform game, and 7 on 7 is street ball. Dress how you want.
What? I can see people making Micah Vick build exactly volume 100%. Would they link up to some colleges for pads? Like they could. They could.
That would be pretty sick. That would be sick. I just
Man.
can't wait to see the different. Honestly, probably I'm gonna be playing a lot of 7 on 7. To be honest, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
'cause
playing
that's
a
where I'm
lot of
at.
7 on 7.
You know how much easier it's going to get 7 people than 11 people? You know how hard it is to get 5 people in a room together to play a game?
I don't think this. I think this game's gonna take off, man. The same
Oh, no,
people
no, no, no.
that
I mean
love
your homies.
parks.
I don't mean like
Well, that's what I'm
random.
saying. I feel like the same people that love parks, if they can't see that this is happening and support this, I'm gonna be genuinely surprised because obviously, I'm not saying there's always that overflow from football to basketball, but sports fans are typically sports fans.
Oh, dude,
So
yeah.
it's like, if you're a 2K fan and you see this and you don't give it an opportunity, I'll be genuinely surprised.
Killmonger is supposed to be September, but I'm going to put it in the fall window, my boy.
Yeah,
Fall window, for sure.
Yeah, it says September, but I'm thinking fall as well. And I'm so far from somebody who is an impatient gamer. I just want to see what they can do if they are meticulous and pay attention to the details that they're putting in and really just polish this game because they have a niche market that they can just snag and make so good. Like
We
it's
said, oh, dude, we said this right here, like what Jay just said. They need to have a coach in the game. Imagine being able to have a coach
play
build.
caller.
I'll play
Play caller.
like bro, like the cat instead of having the captain sticker on the quarterback, imagine being able to be the coach and having coaching level up in trees and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Play call
To be
gets
able to
played
set
by
up
the
practice.
coach at the beginning of the play. Like it
Man.
zooms out and it shows potentially like the arrow that shows what
More-
shows what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Imagine if that's how the play starts. Right before the play starts, it zooms out, shows you any audible, shows you the line as to what you're supposed to be doing. Like, but if
Bro.
you feel the need to make that adjustment, obviously that's where the awareness stat that we were talking, wouldn't matter because you're like, all right, no. You see an adjustment that needs to be made, so you're not necessarily picking up. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things that can be done. That coach factor sounds sick.
Imagine being the coach of the team, and imagine having the aspect of social media in the game, and having recorded highlights, so you'd be able to study the team that you're about to play.
Have a real
so you
team.
already know.
Like
you already know.
I know that this dude's left thumbstick has thumbstick drift.
Yep.
I know their left safety has thumbstick drift. So if you just juke left, he shouldn't be able to move.
Or I'm gonna take your idea and what if voice chat was on this middle linebacker doesn't like your mama joke, so just go at his mama. He gets flustered.
Coach Jonathan said, if coach calls a running play on 3rd and long, I'm gonna scream.
He ain't gonna be a coach very long.
Can your QB audible? Interesting.
Ooh, yeah. See, those are kind of the things that would be great because if you didn't, let's just take example. If you didn't have the coach, would you be able to see the play art? Would you be able to know?
That's
like,
what I mean.
the
Like,
next play? You know what I'm saying? Those elements, right?
I want to see how the play art comes into it because we have all these individual things, but you don't see the play art. You know what I mean? And that's I need to see how plays like develop and then fall apart. I need to see that
because if it's gonna go off anything that we've seen before, people just run whatever route they want.
Yes.
So you'll have, let's just say you run double slants, and guys are like, well, I'm just gonna run a streak, or I'm just gonna run a drag, and they just run whatever they want. Are there consequences for doing that?
Might make the offense all the plays, but better. I agree.
100%, Zion. 100%. Because I think being able to be the coach on the sideline and having, because we said what if you had coaches badges, which gave buffs to your teams.
Yeah,
which
like
made them
a
play better.
confidence, something that gave you, boost
Yep,
morale, and in return, a morale buff does this for a particular stat. Or
exactly.
if the coach provides a morale buff, you could select what points, what stat the morale buff affects. If you get a morale buff, you want +5 acceleration. You know what I mean? So the rest of the people,
100%.
you know what I mean? Something like, so it's not like, oh yeah, it's not like a Baron buff in League of Legends or something like that, where everybody just gets this one buff where they all run faster and jump higher, where it's just like, all right, yeah, I'm hyped up, so now I can do my particular thing better now. You know what I mean?
Yep. Or if you show up to practice with your coach, do you get perma buffs for the next game you play? Like stuff like that. Like I don't know, man. It'd be freaking crazy.
There's so many things that are going to go on that aren't even within the realms of the game itself, like you said, via Discord and just people playing matches and just 7-on-7s. And I think that's where the social platform aspect of it comes into play, because I know they know a lot of people hop on 2K Parks and they'll just run around and BS, and they don't really, sometimes don't even do anything. You know what I mean?
They'll just sit and watch games.
Yeah, just sit around
and
and
they
watch
don't even
games.
play.
And bringing that to football, I think, is a huge. It's just a huge W, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
That's beyond a 5-head idea. I couldn't even put that in there because, like you said, I never thought about it. Not even one time when I was like, bro,
this dude has his helmet half on with a towel hanging out and sunglasses, man.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Like, are you kidding me right now? Then we got Joke and Smay right there with the headband on. Dude, Joke and Smay is probably
Joke and Smay. That dude is a freaking legend in the mocap world, guys. If y'all don't know who Joke and Smay is, look him up. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, I can't breathe. You got anything else for the people, man?
Truth be told, I can't think of anything aside what we've seen, but these streams, this stream alone is more so because I want to hear. I feel like we're at the development process right now, folks, and to the people in chat, where like we are asking questions that could potentially affect. I'm not saying the development process, but we're at a point where it's so viable for us to put our input in. It's so important that we put our input. Yeah, it's so early that I think we just need to get the talk out, get the speculation going, so more people get their eyes on this game. And that's really what me and Quozzy hope to do whenever we bring you these streams or anything that we have new brought to our attention. But if you guys have anything that you want to talk about or any discussions that you feel like could be put on a bigger platform here at SGN, let us know in the comments, chat, or anything. Me and Quozz will be doing something maybe similar to this either next week or as news comes out. Any type of news trickles down, ESG related, you're obviously going to see it via Kyle in the videos that we have playing in the background that has all the information that we have given to us so far. But we're going to do these live things to get what you got going on whenever you're not able to catch those videos as well. So always check out Kyle's, check out Jay's, check out our TikTok as well. We got Ronan posting some valuable information on the TikTok, giving you his unique perspective. We're going to be all over this game, folks. Like there's far too much at play whenever you have a new football game coming in and shaking up the space the way that ESG is doing. And I don't think there hasn't been anything like this in so long or ever, especially let alone 11-on-11 football game. But the creativity being able to go into an open world as football is insane.
Oh, and make sure, because there's no official Discord yet. So join our Discord. We got a tab for it and everything. Just in case you don't get the comment section, join up on the Discord. Come down, come hang out with us, talk with us. Put your player builds in there. Anything, really. So.
Last, let's see what Jonathan said before we up. I said they should make it to where you can make like your own team, kind of like Pro-Am and or something. That would be cool too. That would be a good way to get the competitive scene, like have ranked sports, elite sports gaming. Hey, ESG. See, look at that. Said you never know who's watching. Got to run, but great stuff. No, great stuff to you all. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And we have the utmost faith in you guys. Seriously, the idea, like the thing that I touched on personally near and dear, man, is the competitive aspect and who we have at the helm. And we look forward to all the information you guys send out to us. And to the folks here at the stream that are watching us, we appreciate you guys being here. It's your boy Turkey out. Sir. And this will be your boy Quozzy out. Be sure to check us out. Check out Elite Sports Gaming. Follow their YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all their socials they have available. And folks, this has been another day at SGN, and we look to see you again. Peace.
Peace, everybody.